Hello there. I want to show you some things. Check this out. Look here. Look. Look how beautiful that is. Look how beautiful that stone is. Look, isn't that fantastic? Just gorgeous, right? Or what about this stone right here? That's an Escher Thuringian stone, considered by many people to be probably one of the very best, if not the best, straight razor finishing hone out there. And a personal favorite of mine. Just a gorgeous stone. Or check this out. What about this puppy? Shobodani. Look how beautiful that stone is. And this stone is fun because I can end up with it using stones like these. And this. I can play to my heart's content. Just lovely. And let's not forget what some consider, again, one of the finest hones out there, and others kind of put it down low, but the conical. You know, we spend lots of money, lots of time obsessing over a finishing stone. Some guys, I got several, okay, but my little collection is tiny compared to what some other guys have, okay. And when we start thinking about spending money for stones, you know, we're looking for that beautiful finisher, that beautiful looking natural stone, or even like a 12K or 20K synthetic. We're good with that. We're spending money about that. We're talking about that. But this is the stone, and other stones like it, that you need to spend your money and your time on. Something like this. And you say, what is that? Well, this is a Suhiro 1200 grit stone. That's right, not 12,000, 1,200 grit. This is, for all intents and purposes, what's known as a bevel setter. Okay? This stone right here. This stone is 95% of your shave. Listen to me. This stone, or one like it, whichever bevel setter you have, and if you don't have a bevel setter and you hone razors, you need to go out and get one. Okay? This stone is 95% of your shave. Everything from a 3K on up to that finisher, or a 4K or a 5K, whatever your mid-range stone is. Everything from even like this thing, this beautiful Japanese natural stone, needs one of these. Now I can take one of these and I can go from one of these with slurry to this stone right here, and it's all the stones that I will ever need. And some people call that a one-stone hone. It's not, because you need one of these, okay? Let me repeat that. You need one of these. Not only that, most of your time should be spent on one of these. And I'll repeat that again. Most of the time that you have honing a razor should be spent on the bevel setter. Now I'm showing this one because it's inexpensive. And King makes one, so Hero makes, I think, a lower grit. They make a 1K as well. But even the Norton 1K is not very expensive in the long run. Or a Nanoa 1K. The point that I'm making is that we spend so much time on these stones. Discussing them. We obsess over these stones. These stones, you chuck these in the garbage if you don't set the bevel. Fully set the bevel. A huge majority of the time when someone has trouble getting a razor honed to where it's actually shave ready, they did not spend enough time on the bevel setter. They did not make sure that they got that bevel absolutely, completely, without a doubt, set all the way. Okay? If you get your bevel set all the way, then you can use almost anything that's within reason in a finishing context to finish that razor out to shave ready. Because what shave ready means is that it's comfortable on your face and removes the whiskers without effort. That starts at the bevel set and it ends at the bevel set. And what I mean by it ends at the bevel set is that if you don't set your bevel, the last 5% isn't going to help you. Okay? 95% of the edge of that razor is the bevel set. And the tendency, a lot of times when you're first honing, is to get impatient. We struggle, I know I did, with that bevel set. And, there used to be, you don't see it anymore because most people finally got an understanding that it was a load of horse manure. But years ago, I would see guys, well, I set a bevel in 20 minutes. No, you don't. Or I'm not 20 minutes, but in 20 passes. No, you don't. Okay? Unless you're talking about razors that are brand new, that came from the factory, and you call that setting a bevel, finishing what the factory started. Or unless you're talking about a razor that was shaving just fine and needed to refresh, and you went back to a bevel set with it, or something like that, you haven't set a bevel in 20 passes. If you think that you have, go right ahead, but I'd advise you not to remark that on this channel, because I'll nuke you. Because it's idiocy. It takes longer than 20 passes to set a bevel. Okay? But one of the biggest problems that we had is you had people coming on saying, oh, I set a bevel in 20 strokes or whatever. And then new guys were coming in and they were going, bevel setting is taking too long. Or even if you don't consider that, a lot of times if the razor has geometry issues or something like that, it takes longer. And so a new guy, he'll get frustrated or impatient. And he'll check that bevel and it'll shave in certain spots. It'll feel right in certain spots. And he'll go, well, I'll move on to the 3K or the 4K or the 5K. I'll move on to my mid-range stone and I'll fix it on that. No, you won't. You will not. If it's not completely set on this stone, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. You're going to get mediocre, crappy shaves. You're going to get so-so edges, and you're going to be on the forums or the Facebook pages, you're going to be messaging me on YouTube or some other guy that you think knows more than you, I might have some knowledge, but anybody can hone a straight razor. It's not rocket science, okay, or brain surgery. You know what the secret to good edges are? You guessed it. The bevel setter. Spend whatever time it takes on this stone to get a full and complete bevel set. One that will shave the hairs off of your arm. Hold on a minute. Or more correctly, cut the hairs and cause them to pop and move away from the edge. Okay, at 1K, from here all the way to here. Every last spot along the edge of this razor should do that. If it does it here and here and here and here and here, but it don't do it here, your bevel's not set. If it does it here, here, and here, and here, and don't do it here and here, your bevel's not set. If it does it here and here, and don't do it here, your bevel's not set. This whole edge, every last bit of it, must be able to pop hair off of your arm at skin level without going, okay, without doing this just with a simple push, straight push stroke. A straight push stroke along the hair of your arm. There's a couple of different methods to check for a bevel set. That is my method. But that is the most important thing when it comes to honing a straight razor. Everything else is gravy. Okay? Everything else is polishing. And if I were to teach you one thing about honing a straight razor, it would be that. Do not settle for a mediocre or halfway there bevel set. Spend the time, no matter how long it takes, and no matter how aggravated. You get too aggravated with it, you know what? Set the stone aside and come back tomorrow. But don't set the stone aside and pick up a mid-range hone and start honing on that edge. If the bevel's not set, wait until it is. Because if I can get you to understand that that bevel set is 95%, and I'm not exaggerating, it's 95% of your shave. It's 95% of your edge. Everything else will come to you really easy. Okay? Everything else will come like gravy if you get that bevel set. All the other stuff, it's easy to learn as long as you get that bevel set. But see, that's the magic, that's the secret that good honers understand and know, is that the bevel set is it. If you don't have bevel set, you have a turd. That's what you have. You don't have an edge, you have a turd. This stone is the most important stone in a honer's arsenal, period. And without it, without a positive bevel set, you're wasting your time. Don't settle. No bevel settling. Set that bevel. Bless you. I'll talk to you later.